Althair by Parfums de Marly is their biggest fragrance launch of 2023, and after giving this a go now for a couple of weeks, I guarantee this is going to be one of the best vanilla perfumes you smell this year. I would say this brings a more creamy, soft, cozy sweetness to the whole lineup, where you've got Haltan, which has got a subtle spice, and Balaya's got that sort of warmth, skin-like quality. In my opinion, Althair takes the best parts of both of those fragrances to give us something really unique. As we all know, the 18th century France is a massive inspiration to the brand. Back during the 18th century, Bourbon vanilla was one of the most sort of exciting fragrances launched under the reign of Louis XV, and this is what this one pays an homage to, so let's get into what it smells like. When we first sent this around the office and got everyone to give their opinion, everybody thought it smelled like vanilla, but then when I got my hands on it, it kind of reminded me more of like vanilla Coke, rum and Coke with a bit of lemon in, which I think is really nice. It's very boozy. The top notes in this perfume are really quite contrasting. So you've got the warmth of cinnamon, but it's not really strong cinnamon. The cinnamon kind of sizzles in the lemon juice to give it more of a warm glow. And then you've got the sweet femininity of orange blossom. So in the heart then is where the real personality of Althair comes out. You've got the Bourbon vanilla, and you've also got a touch of lemmy in there as well. And that's actually slightly lemony. So together, that's what sort of evokes this freshness of the vanilla rather than the sticky sweet side of it. In the base is where we get the real richness of the fragrance, and it makes sense because as I wear it, I prefer this. The way it warms up on the skin is so divine. So you've got the guaiac wood, you've got the richness of praline. Again, weirdly, you've got two sort of really sweet notes there. I think the addition of the freshness from the alemi and the orange blossom really do help to keep this a sophisticated vanilla. This reminds me a lot of Armani Stronger With You, absolutely. It's got that similar Bourbon vanilla scent. They've got the same sort of cozy feel, however, this one's a lot lighter. Longevity-wise, this is what I would call a powerhouse fragrance. I find this lasts literally can be up to 8 hours, depending on how much I spray. I've even woke up the day after and smelt it on my skin. It's such a long-lasting perfume. You don't have to be, giving me a hug or a kiss on the cheek to smell it. You would smell it if I was driving you somewhere and you were in the passenger seat in the back. If I walk past your desk, it's got that kind of body and trail that you can pick up on quite easily. For me, this is a day fragrance because I like to feel confident. I like my scent to last all day, and this is that. However, if I was recommended it to someone who traditionally doesn't like a strong perfume, then this would be a night fragrance. Another question we get asked is what season would this best suit? The one I would pick if I had to pick would be autumn. You've heard me talk about the notes and the coziness and the warmth of this scent, and it's perfect for that. Bourbon vanilla, that sort of warmed up, boozy, kind of really autumnal warmth that it gives is perfect for that season. When the whole sort of curation of Althair started, apparently the inspiration wasn't a smell, it was the colour. And tan warm colours are one of my favourite colours, so I was so intrigued to see what was inside and smell it. So the fact that this is the colour of the bottle is very evocative of the scent. Traditionally, this is one of the masculine bottles, the shape of it. However, it's important to note that this is unisex. You're definitely going to love this if you love vanilla perfumes, you're a big fan of Parfums de Marly, perhaps you've tried Layton, Haltan and Balaya. They've all got that warmth to them, that booziness, that skin-like quality, and this is going to be the next one you need to try if you love them.